Oh no, you have to buy a gift for a gamer. What a terrible fate that has befallen you. A notoriously picky bunch. Don't worry, I'm here to help. There are a ton of gift guides here on YouTube, but most of them focus on actual games to buy. I don't really do that. I like to focus on cool little gadgets. I also think that gamers usually know what type of games that they want to play. It would be like buying an album for somebody. They gotta like the artist first. Whether the person you're buying for has a Nintendo Switch 2, a Steam Deck, a PC handheld, or hell, even some PS5 users might like some of the things on this list. You'll find something here for anybody who likes games or even just technology in general. Obviously, the best fit for a gamer is just a console. We could start there. Get them a Nintendo Switch 2. This is the hottest console that came out this year. And that's great for most people. If they're already a PC gamer, the Steam Deck OLED is still also a great option. You can only buy that directly from Valve right now, though. Get the cheapest OLED model, it's worth it. And then you should be all set. If they have a PlayStation 5, you can get them a PlayStation Portal, I guess. We'll go more in depth about the Portal later. I kind of made this list under the impression that you already know what console they have. I imagine you don't want to spend $500 or more on a person. If you know that they're getting a new console this holiday, you can get them a gift card for that console's digital storefront, whether it be eShop credit for the Nintendo Switch storefront, or Steam for anybody who uses a PC, or even the PlayStation storefront. If you're buying these online, they do have physical cards. Just make sure it says physical card on it. Otherwise, you might just be getting a code that you'll then have to print out and put in your own card or something. I don't think Steam makes those physical cards anymore, so that one you might have to print out. Both Nintendo and PlayStation have subscription services that are worth having. You've got Nintendo Switch Online, and you've got PlayStation Plus Premium, both of which unlock online play and a Netflix-style library of included games. PlayStation subscription is pretty much required if you're going to be getting a PlayStation Portal. I would highly recommend Nintendo's subscription if the person has a Switch or a Switch 2. Their library is almost entirely retro stuff as part of the subscription, but it's good stuff. Nintendo's subscription is also very cheap. It's the cheapest of them all. Even the $50 expansion pack, which is the most expensive version of their online subscription, that comes with Game Boy Advance, N64, and GameCube games. So that's totally worth it, in my opinion. Some people are going to be looking for PlayStation gifts. I want to focus mostly on handhelds like Nintendo Switch and PC handhelds, because that's what we focus most on here on this channel. Handheld gamers love accessories like grips and stands and little tchotchkes and doodads and pizza. Everyone plays it. Every handheld has a litany of accessories. This video sponsor, Mechanism, has something for every current handheld on the market. I just can't get comfortable. Well, use a grip or something for that thing. Ah! Mechanism has stands and grips and straps.
Stop. I don't feel safe.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
I mean, it's fine. I just didn't know anybody knew where his office was.
I'll just can I do it real quick? I'll just be real quick. Okay. Again, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It just caught me off guard is all.
Okay. I'm gonna be loud. Is that okay? I'm gonna be a little loud.
No, you can be loud now.
Okay.
I think you can be loud.
Okay, thank you. Mechanism has stands and grips and straps for all of your handheld needs. Their whole thing is a clip mechanism that you'd use to attach all different accessories. They have these clips that they call innies for Steam Deck, Switch 1 and 2, the Legion Goes, the Allies, and more. Use these innies to expand your handhelds. Add a kickstand to your Steam Deck, or a whole grip to your Switch 1, or a strap for your Switch 2. So you have a free hand to order me a pizza.
Is that for me?
I mean, well, I was like mostly joking, but like pizza would be cool.
I have some Domino's coupons.
Are you kidding me? We're in New York.
Well, you order it then.
You're right. I'm sorry. That's my bad. Oh, we didn't even talk about the pillow.
Pillow?
Yeah, the pillow.
Look, it's a pillow, so you don't have to cramp all your hands while you're playing your game on the couch. Isn't that neat? For Black Friday and Cyber Monday, get 15% off the gaming pillow, which never goes on sale, and they might actually run out, so hurry up! The rest of the site is 25% off any 3 items and 40% off of 5 items or more. Or they have some stuff for free if you have a 3D printer. That's right, a lot of the stuff that I showed is 3D printable on their website. Just submit your email and get the STLs right there.
Will's been using it on his Steam Deck with the 3D printed parts for years. He's so excited. Tell him it looks good.
I think that alone is worth supporting Mechanism. Click the link below to get your own Mechanism doodads today. Wow, thanks for letting me keep all this cool stuff.
Yeah, man, no problem.
So you're like always here?
Yep, just always looming, forever looming.
Right. Hey, if I order you a good pizza, will you leave?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sick. I'm ordering 7 Brothers.
Yippee!
It's 6 Brothers now.
Aw. All right, now we can get to my bin full of goodies. Every tech person has a drawer full of USB-C cables, right? They just come with everything. And USB-C is a terrible standard because there are just too many damn types of USB-C cables. Some only do power, no data transfer. Some do data transfer, but only really, really slow data transfer. Some will charge your devices like a Steam Deck, but it doesn't have enough wattage in the cable, so it's not going to charge it all the way while you're playing. It might even die while you're playing. And all these cables look exactly the same, but they all act very differently. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to tell which ones you're using? And that's why I got this. This is the Charger Lab Power Z KM003C. That name just rolls right off the tongue. This will show you exactly what your cable is capable of. So now you can make sure the device you have plugged in is getting the most out of your cable. This is a pretty beefy Razer cable. I'll just plug it right into my MacBook over here. And let's see how it works. Charging from my MacBook, we're getting over 14 watts, which is, I think, the maximum that an iPhone gets. Even says power delivery, 15 watts, so it knows exactly what the iPhone can do. Your Steam Deck comes with a 45-watt charger and usually pulls around 25 to 30 watts. So you want to make sure the cable you're using is capable of all of that.
Right here, I've got a Charge SSD enclosure.
And it absolutely needs a high-speed cable for data transfer to be able to get that maximum data transfer speed. This is just one of those great tools that any nerd would love to have, but probably doesn't have. There are a few that are like this on Amazon that are really cheap. You can find ones that are like $10 or $20. But all of those do power delivery. And I couldn't find any that do data transfer, except for this one. And this one is $110, which is kind of a lot. But again, it's the only one that can do data transfer. And I very much wanted to have that data transfer. And it does a great job, and I like it a lot. And now I can finally organize my cable drawer. Just kidding, I'm never doing that. Everyone with a handheld needs a charger. Most PC handhelds come with 65-watt chargers. The Steam Deck only comes with a 45-watt charger because it doesn't really need all that much. The Nintendo Switch comes with an even lower wattage charger, but all of them can be charged with a 65-watt charger. They would just pull less wattage from that 65-watt charger. The more the merrier. This is one that I got from Charge because I think it looks really nice. This is the Charge 65-watt USB-C charger. It looks really nice with its clear design, but most importantly, it has a retractable USB-C cable inside. So you don't have to wrap up a cable and throw it in your bag. You can just use the one that's already in there. It also has an additional USB-C port for something else, although it will split the wattage, so if you charge two things at once, it will charge slower. I always charge my stuff overnight, so it's fine. Everybody's got cables and chargers, but everybody could use a good one. Most people are out here charging their Switches with a 5-watt 7-Eleven charger, and that's no good. This charger could be appreciated by anybody. I got this as part of a pack, and it came with this Mini 2 portable charger basically for free. It's 5,000 milliamp hour, which is not a lot, but that will charge my iPhone 15 Pro Max one time from 0 to 100. It also has this little extra USB. How do I get it out of there? Oh, you push it through like that. It also has this little extra USB-C cable, I guess. And it comes with a lightning adapter that I will never use because I don't have lightning anymore. I'll admit, this is not the best portable charger, but it's extremely small, so it's not bad for a little boost. This pack with the battery was $48, so you might as well get the pack. The Steam Deck and the Lenovo Legion Go 1 and 2 all come with cases. The Nintendo Switch 2, ROG Allies, and the Lenovo Legion Go S's. None of those come with cases. I'm a big fan of this here Belkin one that has my Nintendo Switch 2 in it, or even this here Tomtoc one. They're both great options for slim cases. But to take it one step further, I would recommend these slightly bigger satchels instead. I love having these because they can fit more stuff. They're versatile enough to use for things other than my handhelds, like a little go bag for my camera and other tchotchkes. And they can even fit any handheld I want. This Genki one is great, and so is this big Tomtoc one. Tomtoc also recently came out with this other one that I shouldn't talk about yet because I'm doing a sponsor for it next week. So please buy it next week so they think my ad did good. Thank you. All of these cases are great for me because they're big enough to fit any handheld I feel like carrying. But also, I can just use them for daily commuting. I like to put a handheld in here, then I put this whole bag in my backpack. Then when I'm at my destination, I leave my backpack and my handheld in the hotel room or something, and I just take the bag with me as a daily satchel with like my camera and a portable battery or a little tchotchkes. These are all great options for any handheld. Even the Xbox Ally with the big stupid grips, that fits in there too. The Nintendo Switch 2 has one feature that's a little underutilized, and that is mouse mode. You can now take the Joy-Con from the Nintendo Switch 2 and hold it sideways and use it as a mouse like this. You can mouse around in a game like Fortnite to make it feel like you're playing a shooter on PC, and it's actually pretty great. You could also force your child to recreate your childhood by making them play Mario Paint with a Nintendo Switch 2 mouse. But most importantly, Metroid Prime 4 comes out very soon, if it's not out already by the time you're watching this. That has a phenomenal mouse mode. There are two products that I would recommend in anticipation for this game specifically. One of them is just a big-ass mouse pad. It's a desk mat. I sell this one. You can get it over at wolfdenapparel.com. Look, it's got my logo on it and everything.
And right now it's 20% off. Oh my God, wow.
It's the same size as the ones that they used as demo units at the Nintendo Switch 2 event back in April. So it must be perfect for the Switch 2, right? The other thing that I would recommend is some kind of grip for your Joy-Con to use like a mouse. If you have a 3D printer, there are a million out there. You can just find a file and print one for yourself. If you don't, I would highly recommend getting one of these grips from my friend over at Omni Arcade. Joy-Con just sits right in, actually snaps in. There you go. Now you got a mouse. Amazing. This is maybe the most ergonomic grip for the Joy-Con to be used in mouse mode. This will be a perfect companion for when Metroid finally comes out. This is way better than just using the Joy-Con naked. It feels a lot more like you're using an actual mouse. It also comes with little mouse slides so that it slides around like an actual mouse and not just a piece of plastic. It's just $16.50 over on Etsy. I'd get it soon if you want it by the holidays. Also, if you look at the pictures over on Etsy, those are my hands. I took those pictures. If you're looking at my Nintendo Switch 2 and you're wondering what the hell is going on here, I can see right through it. Maybe you have a tinkerer in your family or you're getting a gift for somebody who knows what they're doing. You should take a look at the Extreme Rate Nintendo Switch 2 custom shells. Now, depending on how savvy your giftee is, there's varying levels of difficulty to these Nintendo Switch 2 shells. The easiest thing to do is to just do the back. That's only $20 and it's super easy to do yourself. The second easiest would be to get the very basic Joy-Con housing and leave the middle piece as it is. But if you're more confident in your abilities, I think these fully clear shells give your new Nintendo Switch 2 a lot more pizzazz. I got the ones with the D-pad cut out, and I also sprung for additional white buttons because I didn't like the clear ones that they had. You can mix and match as much as you would like. A full kit is $40, but it can get a lot more than that if you want to mix and match like I did. So customize it yourself, but get it at your own risk. Only get this for someone who likes to tinker, and maybe get that person an extra set of Joy-Con so they don't have to potentially ruin their own stock Joy-Con. If you really want to customize your Nintendo Switch 2 and you want something a lot easier than replacing the shells, you can skip the screwdriver altogether and get yourself some skins. My friends at Colored Controllers have a bunch of really cool textured skins you can put on your Switch 2. It's as easy as putting on a sticker. It's probably the easiest way you can customize your Nintendo Switch 2 and get a little bit more protection in the process. And those are just $15 on Amazon right now. This came out this year and it has been my daily driver mouse ever since, even for games, which surprised me. This is the 8BitDo Retro R8 mouse. It comes with a dock, and that dock even has a little 2.4 gigahertz dongle on the inside. So this thing connects wirelessly very easily, either Bluetooth or using the dongle, and the connection is super fast. It's lightweight enough to feel good playing games too. It is way more comfortable than their older mouse. There's even a transparent green Xbox version if you'd like. I love this thing. It's not a bad option for any PC or Mac user that's also a retro game fan. But I'd also go as far as to say it's just a good gift for anybody who's into PC handhelds, because it also has Bluetooth and would be super easy to connect to one of those handhelds as well. It's just not going to work for Nintendo Switch, obviously. It's $50 on Amazon. And now I have to put this in my backpack or else I'll forget and then I won't have a mouse at home. Speaking of 8BitDo, the Pro 3 has become my favorite controller of the year so far. Pokemon players have been using this to grind shiny Pokemon for them because of its great macro function. I just like it because the D-pad is in a great spot, and the dock that it comes with makes connecting it to the Switch or a PC or a Steam Deck very easy, and switching back and forth between all of these different devices is also easy. The buttons are interchangeable, so if I'm playing on PC, I switch the buttons to be the Xbox style layout, and if I'm playing on a Switch, I switch the buttons to the Nintendo style layout. The versatility this controller has is phenomenal. It's been my go-to for the past couple of months, and it comes in some pretty spectacular colors. My favorite is this Game Boy styled one because I like the texture on the D-pad. It's got the Game Boy styled D-pad. It's about $56 on Amazon. Third-party controllers have gotten really good, so don't worry about spending a lot of money on a third-party controller. Also, it comes with the whole ass dock. I set up a lot of PC handhelds, and it's just so much easier to do stuff on there with a mouse and keyboard. Remember, it's basically a laptop with no keyboard. It's just got controllers on it, and Windows is not great to navigate without a mouse or keyboard. I searched far and wide for a nice, foldable little compact keyboard and mouse combo thing that has a Bluetooth, but also some sort of USB connection. Because when you first turn on a PC or a PC handheld, it's not always easy to connect something via Bluetooth. There are not a lot of devices like this that fit this criteria, except for this guy that I got right here. This is by Sam Sirs, which I imagine is some AliExpress drop shipping stuff, but that's okay. It's basically the only one that I could find that also has a 2.4 gigahertz dongle, except this dongle is USB-A. I wish it was USB-C, but that's okay. I also wish that there was a place to put it. So if you want to connect this dongle to a device like the Steam Deck, you're gonna need a dongle. Luckily, Ugreen has 4 for $6. And now you can plug it right into the top of something like the Steam Deck, and now you got yourself a little keyboard mouse combo for navigating in desktop mode. Isn't that great? And I guess when you're done, you can just put it right here like that. That's not exactly the most convenient, but it's better than any other option that I saw online. This keyboard is nice and compact, and it gets the job done. I keep one of these in my desk drawer for when I need to install some software on Windows in desktop mode, or if I need to type in a password or something. It's a pretty necessary tool to have for any Steam Deck or PC handheld user. And it looks pretty nice too. It's just $35 on Amazon. If your giftee has a Steam Deck, a PC handheld, or a Nintendo Switch 1, that's the old version, get them a micro SD card, the most amount of storage you can find. I always try to get the SanDisk Extreme ones. Let's see what I have in this Steam Deck right here. Oops, I have a PNY. I'd recommend anything over 256 gigabytes, but the more the better, especially for PC handhelds. Games for PC take up a ton of space. A 1 terabyte SanDisk Extreme can run you about $100. And Black Friday is the best time to get storage media because they're super cheap on Black Friday. It's worth it to get all of the space that you can get. You also don't have to get the SanDisk one. Samsung also makes good ones. PNY, Kingston, and Lexar also make decent ones that are pretty cheap. But that's it. Don't get the Amazon branded one. Don't get the Micro Center branded one. Don't get the Giga Stone, whatever the hell that is. Those cards are all very bad. You could just lose all of your data with those. They're also, most of the time, really slow. They're just overall really bad. It's not worth the cost saving to get those. If your giftee has a Nintendo Switch 2, you cannot get them a micro SD regular old card. You have to get them a micro SD Express card. These are a bit more expensive and a lot less companies make these. SanDisk makes them. That's the one that I have right here. Lexar and Samsung also make them. These cards are even more volatile. Do not fall for the off-brand ones. Please don't fall for the GameStop one. Don't buy that. I kind of panic bought this one when Nintendo announced that you were going to need a microSD Express card for the Nintendo Switch 2. This was before the Switch 2 even came out. So I think 256 was the only one I could find at the time. The SanDisk one, that's 512 gigabytes, is $100. Nintendo makes their own branded ones too, and those really aren't that bad for the price either. But you don't have to get the Nintendo ones specifically. It's not a bad idea to get a dock for a PC handheld if they don't come with one, and it would be nice to be able to plug this into a monitor or a TV at home. There are two that I would recommend. For the Steam Deck, there's nothing better than the official Steam Deck dock. It pulls the right amount of wattage. I've been using it for more than just the Steam Deck too. It's pretty decent for any PC handheld. All right, well, it might not sit right, but it works. But some PC handhelds pull a lot more wattage. For other PC handhelds, I would recommend something like this Ugreen dock. It fits anything. It pulls 100 watts, and it's cheaper than the Steam Deck dock is at just $40. It's a great option for pretty much anything. Hell, I've been using it for my computer here at the studio. It's got enough power and data transfer for a whole ass computer. For the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2, there are cheap third-party dock options out there, but I can't recommend any of them because none of them are officially supported. And there was one for the Nintendo Switch 2 that recently came out that just stopped working because Nintendo pushed out a firmware update that bricked it. Now you can do a firmware update on that dock and it'll fix it. But why don't you avoid all of this and just get an official Nintendo dock? Maybe your giftee has two residences. Maybe they have a setup in their dorm room or they have a setup at another parent's house. Maybe it's worth getting them an additional dock. The official Nintendo one comes with a charger too. You're looking at the Nintendo Switch 2 dock right here. Unfortunately, these are pretty expensive. $125 for the Nintendo Switch 2 one. And they don't even sell them on Amazon. You have to get them from Nintendo directly. But it's worth it for a nice, easy, and seamless second setup. Now you can take your Switch 2 around without having to lug your big, bulky dock and charger with you. I gave the PlayStation Portal a pretty scathing review when it first came out. It has admittedly gotten a decent amount better. Now it supports cloud streaming. You don't even need a PlayStation 5 anymore to use the Portal, but you probably should to get the most out of it. You just need a really good internet connection. You will also need the PlayStation Plus Premium subscription, so get them that if you're getting a Portal. The Portal is not a bad recommendation now because you can find it on some Black Friday deals for under $200. This black one from Amazon is $180. I would only get this for someone who has a PlayStation 5. It's kind of the only accessory to get for them. There are a ton of these types of emulation handhelds. I like this one specifically because the form factor is really nice. It's got very good emulation quality, and it comes pretty much set up for you already, so you can just start playing games right out of the box. There are emulation consoles that I like more than this, but this one requires no prior knowledge to how emulation works. You can just pick it up and start playing immediately. We're talking about the Anbernic RG34XX-SP. Oh, the names are so great. It can play Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, hell, even N64, Dreamcast, and even DS games if you try hard enough. This one in particular has thumbsticks that aren't the best, but at least the option is there. And it looks like a Game Boy Advance SP. If you want one that looks even more like a Game Boy Advance SP and doesn't have thumbsticks, this is the RG35XX-SP. It's just getting harder to say the names. It's around the same price. You can get one of these for around $80 on keepretro.com. This is yet again another good option for the gamer that has everything. They probably don't have one of these guys. Unless you watch this channel all the time and you're watching this video specifically to get something for yourself. In which case, we will move on. Certainly there's something here for that special gamer in your life. Maybe that special gamer is you. We've got Amazon affiliate links and all types of links in the description below. Those links usually help support this channel, so if you find something that you like here, use those. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you think of something that I might have left out, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. Then if somebody else wants some more help, they can join you in the comments and maybe they'll find something there too. So what do you guys think about this year's gift guide? You could also hit me on all the social media garbage. Thank you, Mechanism, for sponsoring this video and for holding my Steam Deck up this whole time. Every year around this time, over on youtube.com/WolfDenPodcast, we do a breakdown of all of the great Black Friday deals. It's a much longer form video, and you can go over there and check out what we're excited about to get on Black Friday. Of course, the most important thing that you can do to help support this channel is just hit that subscribe button. If I helped you hit at all ever, make sure that button is subscribed to. And share this video with a friend who is gonna buy you something. Make them get you something. Bye.